What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I will be trying out Ascend Tweaks. They just got a new V4 version, and the creator has asked me to make a review on it using only my personal opinion, as this was given to me for review for completely free. Not sure what the price is for the utility, but thank you to him for sending it out to me for review. But I'm just gonna go through a quick showcase. There we go. And it's going to take you to the power options first, which is what it did for me. And here's like the very first layout in the home area. Tons of different stuff that just shows you. And scroll down. It's going to give you your system stuff. I don't think it's ever given it to me yet, but maybe I haven't been on here for long enough. And then if we go over to favorites, you can favorite some tweaks, and then it'll pop up here. The power options, if you look at the top, it does say how many options are available, and with it, it does say what it's going to be applying, as well as if there's going to be any sort of risks. Then network, there's going to be 50 options, tons of different ones. Gaming, there's going to be 40. Services, there's going to be 10. System, 20. Kernel, 10. Disk, 16 on ping, and 130 different debloat. Just gonna like run through everything here, just tons of different stuff. It's like a huge amount, and it's a pretty good looking software too. I'd say it's probably one of my favorite looking, beside maybe EXM. EXM was definitely a very visually appealing one. And so that's gonna be it. You can also search for some tweaks, so say like power plan, then you could get the ultimate performance plan. So maybe like look up GPU, or maybe like CPU. And yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna apply everything after I get done with the before stuff, but I'm just gonna show you guys the befores real quick, and I'll be back with that. Alright guys, here are the befores. Average of 130, 1% low of 65, and a 0.1% low of 26. Compared to last video, these are like not very good, but after you delete the software for EXM, it says all the tweaks get reverted. And so this is, I guess, what I'm left with. I also have a bit of stuff running, so it's just before for the FPS, and now I will get y'all the latencies. Alright guys, now here I have the befores. We mainly want to look at is the DXG, the NVLD, the USB, the NTOS, and the NDIS. Just these 5. Yellows are going to be the maxes, blue's going to be average. I'm just going to let y'all look at that for a quick sec. Alright, now that you guys have seen that, we're going to do some latency mod tests real quick, and I'll show you guys that. Alright, now here I have the latency mod tests. Obviously currently measured. These are not too bad, they look pretty low. And we'll go over to stats. Here's where it's really going to be needed to see. Highest and average for the process latency is 238 and 6, and then the highest and average for the DPC latency is 234 and 0.7. These aren't horrible. The averages are pretty good. The highest actually aren't bad. I've seen highest at like 600, so I'd say these are pretty good. Now I'm just gonna do a quick run through of the utility and like applying everything for you guys. It's probably just gonna be sped up, but still might as well do it. Alright guys, now here I have the afters. That's going to be the comparison for the FPS. The yellows is going to be the 0.1% low average. The orange is going to be 1% low average, and the blue is going to be average FPS. The before has a slightly better average of about 6 FPS, but that can vary based on system specs. The 1% low average is also about the same, which could vary again on system specs. It's only about 2 FPS difference. And the 0.1% lows, that is a big jump. That went from 26.3 FPS on the before to 49 or 43.9 FPS on the after. That's actually pretty good. Especially knowing that there's not really any GPU tweaks. It's mainly just like power and stuff. One thing that I would like to mention is we did find some issues in it. It's nothing about like the creator. It's fully an accident. And he just isn't sure how to fix it at the moment. But he did update it, so if you guys do purchase it, you guys won't encounter this interaction, just simply because he has removed the tweaks from the updated one, and hopefully he'll fix it soon. But yeah, let me take you guys over to the afters for the Windows Performance Toolkit latencies. Alright, now here are the afters on the delay for the performance toolkit. On the left is going to be before, on the right it's going to be after. Just a quick little sum up for you guys. I'd say majority of it got worse, but not by too much. The maxes on the Nvidia got doubled, unfortunately, but the average is really what you want to look at. This is all in microseconds, by the way, so like you really won't feel the difference too much. But if you really want to get down to like the very bottom of latency, these did get a little bit worse. I'd say the one that actually like didn't do too bad was the NDIS, which is the network. The average got better by about 4, but it's not horrible, I guess. Kind of unfortunate that I got worse, but nothing you can really do about it. But now I'm just gonna get the latency mods real quick. Alright, now here I have the after for latency mon. I'm just gonna have to put up a before because I can't really like pull up a second one. So before on the left, after on the right. Just looking at like these green bars, I don't really see a difference, but I also can't really remember the befores. So we're just gonna make our way over to the stat highest and here. Honestly, I think the maxes are the same. I can't remember. It's either 260 or 160 ish for the maxes. But I know the average for the process went from like 6 or 9 to like 16, and the average for the DPC went from like 3 or 6 to 9. So it's kind of unfortunate on the latencies. I'm just gonna cut over to the final part, and I'll do like my final ending on the review. Alright guys, final part of the video. I'm honestly a little bit rusty. I haven't played 4 in like a week or two, so don't mind the mechs. They're probably like a little bit bad or worse than usual. So start off with the FPS. The FPS was pretty good. Going down about 6 frames average isn't gonna do much, but going up about, what was it, like 20 or something? Actually maybe even more than 20. But going up really high on the 0.1% lows is really good. And I'd 1000% do that trade for the FPS. Latency wise, you're probably not going to feel the latency difference. I'm not going to lie. Just those 10 microseconds aren't going to do a thing. Would it be nice to have them lower? Yeah. But yeah, it's not going to really hurt your PC. I mean, like, I feel perfectly fine right now. And there's just nothing really else to comment on that. I have a funny suspicion that latency mon sometimes is like completely incorrect. That for like some odd reason I have that feeling. But I'd say latency mon, like once again, like 6 micro or milliseconds or however it was like measured, is not gonna hurt you that bad. Like if you think logistically and actually using it, you're not gonna feel like whatsoever. But yeah, so latency you're probably not gonna feel. FPS is very good, I will say. Maybe I gotta play on it more, but just maybe. Some quick recommendation to the creator, as he will probably see this video. He actually might be editing it right now. But quick recommendations. Of course, there's obviously more tweaks to put on. There's like, as people discover more and more tweaks, you're obviously gonna be able to put more and more. The biggest one that I would recommend actually is in the utility. I would add a whole section for GPU. All those CPUs that were like added into like the kernel, you guys maybe have seen. I would separate all the CPU out. if there's a tweak that says none, I would probably make it green and put a check mark instead of making it like yellow with like a triangle with like the exclamation mark in it. If it's temperature, I would probably make it like red with a thermometer, so like it's different. I do like how you do have the warnings. I like that you have the name in the description. I like how there's the search. I like how it looks kind of like cartoony-ish, and the little icons really show it. I would recommend having an email and password for it, as like anyone who buys this could probably just send it to their friend, and just if it's like a really good utility in the future, it could like easily just be given. But those are just some quick recommendations. So just sort them into categories, of course, add more. I would actually recommend supporting, if you're gonna do CPU, I'd recommend supporting Intel and AMD if I were you. And I would also recommend for GPUs doing both AMD and NVIDIA. If you're gonna do NVIDIA, I would recommend what is it? I would recommend a NVIDIA profile inspector thing. And for network, I would, if I were you, I would make a whole nother section for specifically Ethernet, and make sure to differentiate the Intel from the Realtek, because I know that there's some tweaks for specifically Intel. So just sort some things out, add some more, of course. Preferably not steel, as that's like just not a cool thing. But yeah, I hope the recommendations help. I hope this entire video helps. I will say, as a pretty underground tweaker, and a tweaker that I was probably gonna try maybe even in a few months, I just want to say thank you for reaching out to me and giving me this utility for free. And I have really no other comments to say. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch y'all in hopefully a new video, maybe in like a few weeks. But yeah, peace.